Hello everybody. I love starting the videos off that way. Just like to say hi. Well, it is now officially just over a year I've owned my truck. And you see it all the time. You see, people posting year reviews, 5 likes, 3 likes, 10 likes, whatever dislikes you have, with their truck or owning their particular vehicle. And I wanted this video to kind of be like that a little bit, but I've done certain things throughout the year. I've done, kind of a 6-month review. I've done, reviews on the channel and what I've done on the channel with the truck, etc. So a lot of things that I've kind of already told you guys if you've been following my channel. And I thought, you know what, maybe I won't do it. And then I got a survey. I got a survey from Ford, which I find good, meaning that they should, try to hear the voice of the customer. But I have to say, after a year owning it, it's interesting, especially the past year. And if you look at my case, right? So probably the number one thing that I have been upset with Ford isn't necessarily the quality, isn't the vehicle, isn't, the world global pandemic, the weights, all that kind of stuff that's happening. It is straight up the customer service, from start to finish to issue to whatever. Ford relies obviously on dealers. They rely on, they do have an 800 number, and stuff like that. Well, the piece that is troubling me has been the issues I've had from day one. And then the other part was how non-communicative they are. Like when I was ordering the truck and waiting and all that stuff. That is my issue. They literally they don't care, it seems like, when it comes to the customer. And, there's been moments where I've been very upset, and then you have to get to that level, and then maybe you'll get something. But I will have to say, if there is a couple individuals that are watching, that know me, they are the only reasons why I still have the truck. I say that because I was almost going to go through the lemon law, which is actually pretty crazy, because my issues were small. The vehicle actually wasn't broken per se. I couldn't drive it. It was the fact that they couldn't fix it, these issues. And to the point where it was in and out and in and out and in and out. Like it was literally, they had it more than I had it. And I've watched people on YouTube channels have similar issues when it comes to service, and the hence the reason why I have this issue is because it's not just me. It is practically anyone that's dealing with Ford has this complaint, because it just don't seem to care. And then this was a new year, the 14th gen. Typically there is the small issues, they tell you not to buy. You think after 14 generations they would have most of this stuff, figured out. Was a surprise to see some? No. Was I expecting some? Yes. Did I think they would jump all over the place and try to fix it, being that it is the first year of the model and, what was going on in the world? Yes, I did, actually. I did think that they would put more time and effort into something that they can control, which is customer service. So getting the survey, I will tell you, is good on their part, meaning that, if they are actually going to listen and take feedback. I haven't heard a response to my input, but, on the other side is, it feels like it's a little too late to really make me feel or win me over when it comes to that part of the vehicle. outside of that, this is my very first truck purchase. It is something I really kind of did research on and really picked this truck because of the options that came out with this year. So, first time they ever had a hybrid. You know, the other part of it with it being the onboard generator, the Sync 4 idea with the screens and everything. A lot of these things really attract me to this vehicle. And where I thought other vehicles actually need to start to play catch up. So that's kind of that. And owning the truck, I am so glad I bought a truck. I have had complaints, you know, I've had my moments, I've had my joys, and you know, in the end, thoroughly happy I purchased a truck. You know, do I wish that the issues resolved a lot quicker? Yeah, I do. Out of the 4 that were on the table from day one, 3 have been solved to the point where I'm happy. I can handle it. I can live with it. And one which I've been trying to, which is the back window. I can't really see in the video. People that have this sliding back window in their Ford F-150s either don't use it or turn the music up so freaking loud that they don't hear the vibration when it really does vibrate a ton. Now, I did get the Bang & Olufsen, you know, next level unleashed, as they call it, sound system. So it actually does add the subwoofer, which is not too far from that actual back window. So you would think there would be some way that they would reinforce it so that it wouldn't vibrate like you've got this thing on, you know, 50 when it should be only at 20. You know, I'm just throwing numbers out there, but that is it. That piece is still to this day, over a year, still not resolved. And when I brought it to everybody's attention, no one else complains about it. I was the first one in Canada to ever do it. It doesn't make any sense. It's all like BS. But we had engineers out, and then the engineers like, wow, how bad that is. And they replaced the whole window, meaning the whole back window. They've since come out with a fix. They've done that to it, and it isn't a fix. It is maybe a way to dampen a bit of the vibrations, but they're still there. So I'm still working on it. So we're gonna, you know, not stop until I'm satisfied. I think when you pay this much money and you know the market, you know what's going on, there's got to be some way that you get to that resolve, that ending point where you feel good about, you know, the truck overall. So again, year review, I've actually put on 20,527 kilometers. And the warranty, base warranty, is 3 years, 60,000. So math tells you want to average around 20,000. I did it. Close enough. Anyways, and so I'm happy with that. I feel like I've been restraining myself from not driving. But you know, I'm in the window, and yeah, I just want to make sure that I'm doing everything I can to not have Ford tell me, oh, you didn't do this, didn't do that, or, you know, you did this to it and it's no longer under warranty. So those are the things I'm trying to do, especially with the price of the truck and the fact that, you know, there has been some issues. I want to make sure we get through it. So, you know, I can tell you, love the size of the truck, love the comfort of the truck, love a lot of the features of the truck. I wish you could do a little bit more to some of them where other options have been on different vehicles, maybe looking to purchase or mod or unlock certain features. I think there's a couple things that I'd love to do. One of the pieces that I really was disappointed in, but it just became a timing, good and bad, the onboard scales. I really wish I had that. It came in about a month after I put my vehicle in. And if I would have waited, I probably would have had to wait, you know, longer than 5 months to get my vehicle. So it's kind of one of those things. You know, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. But, you know, I want to sit there and think that if you could get it, that it'd be an option. So we'll see what happens there. Outside of that, I got pretty much every option that I really wanted to. I think, after it, do I regret a couple things? I would have liked to had maybe the FX4 package for the little bit more of the, it's not much clearance, but an inch or whatever is clearance, and the fact that it has a little different shocks in the back. And then the other part of it would be the tow mirrors, because the tow mirrors is what really, I guess, I took away to have the stereo, which I use stereo all the time, so I thought that was great. The tow mirrors I don't use that much, so I thought that was a compromise. Where I really find, and the other part of it is, I thought with the 360 cameras, which are amazing, that I would never ever need those tow mirrors, and that's false. So anybody that's purchasing a vehicle, the 360 cameras are great until it rains or it snows or any kind of elements out there that's going to cover like mud or whatever. Then you lose that feature. And the mirrors don't tilt, so then you don't get to see actually where your wheels are, and you don't have the small little mirror in it to then actually be able to get and see your wheels and stuff like that. So it's that where the tow mirrors would have been a really good option, and maybe I can actually look to purchase and add them later. We'll see, and do all the mods that need to be done, so that, because they are power in, power out, and so we'll see how it is. The other thing is they're really big, and these are perfect for when you're driving every day. So it's that kind of piece that you have to make the choice: live with it or don't live with it, right? That's how it works. So and then negative, I don't think there's really negative. I think the ground clearance is where I really don't love. I didn't like the fact at the time I couldn't get the Tremor package with my setup. I would have probably really loved to have that, because probably one of my favorite trucks in the Ford lineup outside of the Raptor, but I'm never ever getting that. That's just absolutely bonkers for price. But yeah, the Tremor would have been nice to get as an option in my kind of package. And I've just heard this year for 2023 that Tremor is actually going to get the V8. Now that might have been a really good purchase. That would just give you a lot of options, I gotta tell you. So and then there you go. This is it. I just was rambling a bit. I don't want to ramble forever. I wanted to give a little bit of an insight on what the ownership was. Would I recommend the Fords? Yeah, I think so. I think if you've had Fords before, I think there are going to be a little bit of challenges. I think they've probably fixed most of the stuff that they've gotten. Again, expect poor customer service. I don't think that's necessarily just a Ford, but it is pretty pathetic. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Really enjoyed doing little modifications. Really enjoyed actually doing the videos, throughout the year on it. I don't see a lot of next level upgrades. There is a few that I'd like to do, hoping that the Force 4 scan will help open up some other options. Would be great. So we'll see how that goes over the years of ownership. Again, just like to look at the suspension a little bit. What I can do to maybe get a little more clearance would be nice. Outside of that, I really don't need much. It's pretty much where I like to be. So that's it. That's my wrap up. Try to do it within 15 whole minutes. I think I did it. Guys, if you've enjoyed it, of course, do your likes, subscribes, all that, buttons. But I hope you enjoyed the adventure that I've been on, and maybe got some giggles on my frustrations as well throughout the year. So that's 1 year done. I'm still driving it. So that should be a sign. There's your sign. All right, guys. Until next time, enjoy it. As you can see, loving the sun. Loving it. Have a good day.